Hello and welcome to the Mad Leprechaun. My name is Mert Walsh. Some bikes come into the motorcycle world and make no impact whatsoever. Then some motorbikes come into the motorcycle world and become legendary. Recently, while I was at my local bike night, I was drawn to a beautiful motorcycle. Introduced myself to the owner of said motorcycle, and he's agreed that we could come here today and talk about his legendary motorcycle. If that's something that interests you, please do stick around and stay tuned until after the intro.
The Yamaha RD 350LC was produced from 1980 until 1983. Its predecessor was the RD 400. Although the RD 400 had a larger engine capacity, the RD 350 was liquid cooled, meaning the tolerances in the engine could be more closely engineered, making it more efficient and reliable. The actual cc of the bike was 347 cc, while the power output was only 47 brake horsepower. The bike weighed around 140 kilograms without fluids. The claimed top speed was somewhere between 100 and 110 miles per hour. By modern standards, not that impressive, but don't be fooled. This bike looked great, sounded amazing, and has a loyal following to this day.
So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the man who owns a beautiful, beautiful 350LC. How you doing, Neil?
I'm good.
Well, thanks ever so much for coming to do this today.
You're welcome.
And what I would ask you first of all is, what made you buy, or what drew you to buying a 350LC?
I've always loved two-strokes.
Yeah.
RDs in particular.
Right.
I've had loads over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just love them.
So this is not your first 350LC, is it?
No, it's well, it is my second one.
Yeah.
But I've owned this one once already before anyway.
Right, we're going to get to that. So you bought this back in 1987?
Yep.
And you told me this earlier.
Yeah.
Didn't pay an awful lot of money for it.
That's right. No, I bought it in 87 as a second-hand bike.
Yep.
It was about 5 years old, paid 500 quid for it.
Right.
Bit of an old dog at the time. But,
Right.
you know, like most of my bikes in my teens, they were a bit rough around the edges. Just
Yep.
bought them cheap, thrashed them around, sold them, bought
Yep.
the next one. Yeah, but I probably only had it about 6 months, and then I part exchanged it for something bigger.
Right. I did an awful lot of this in the 80s, kind of buy a bike, sell a bike,
Yeah.
buy the bike. But there was something about this bike that made you go, or was there? There's something about it that made you, well, fall in love with it and not want to sell it, or regret selling it rather.
Yeah, well, at the time it's a needs must, isn't it? You sell a bike because you want the next one. So
Yeah.
you don't think about it too much
Yeah.
until they're gone.
Right. So this is the original bike from 1987.
Yep.
And I guess we should get to the bit where we go, well, hang on a minute, you said you sold it. So, Neil, you've still got it.
Well,
what happened?
To try and cut the story a little short.
Well, you can flower it out, you can lie.
2021, I was watching a YouTube video.
Right.
And I saw this bike in the back of a workshop.
Right. So
albeit-
was there distinguishing marks on the bike that made you go,
The registration number.
oh,
You
okay,
know,
that'll do.
the bike was black, had lots of other different parts on it, so it was only the registration number that gave it away.
So how many years was it from the time you sold it to time you saw it on YouTube?
87 to 21, so
Right, so an awful lot had
Yeah.
happened since then.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so I got in touch with the guys and asked if I could buy it back, and the deal was I could buy it back, but
Right.
they'd restore it first. It'd be,
Oh, right.
you know, that was the deal. So
Yeah.
after a lot of thought, you know, because it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then in March last year, I got it back.
Oh, so
As it
it's
is.
recent.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realise that it
Yeah.
was that recent.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
March last year.
So
yeah.
what I would say at this point is, has the bike forgiven you for selling it.
Of course, yeah.
You've made up.
Yeah, they're very forgiving. Yeah.
So you said it was black, and there was a lot of. So someone had obviously done a lot of bits.
Yeah, I mean, I guess over time, many parts have been changed. And,
Right.
You know, I don't know what's original on it.
Right.
You know, there's probably only the frame and the engine casings that's original.
Wow.
You don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my old bike.
Yeah, totally. See, when you told me the story originally, I didn't ask what was the distinguishing feature.
Yeah.
Number plate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what gave it away. So. Yeah.
So you said you've sold and you've had lots of different bikes.
Oh, over the years, yeah, loads of bikes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Here's a question I asked some of the guys the other week while I was doing the chat videos, because you said you've got 3 bikes. You've got your Triumph, this, and
an XT600.
An XT600. Yeah. So I don't like to do the old burning building thing. So there's a new government in power, right? And they have a weird new law. And the weird new law is you're only allowed to have 1 bike. Do you really? You would get rid of the Triumph for the other one?
That would never go. That would never, no.
You've got it now. Yeah. Got rid of it once, not getting rid of it again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
So the stats on this, on paper, because I did a little bit of research, they reckon that these bikes were good for between 100 and 110, kind of, your flats
I mean,
out.
I've not taken this one nowhere near that.
Yeah.
You know,
of course not.
Back in the day,
yeah,
I probably pushed about 115 on the clock.
Right, on the clock. Yeah.
The one I had before this was faster. I think I had that touching 120, but
really,
yeah, but that was quite a fast bike. But this one, I mean, that feels like it goes really well. It's obviously all been rebuilt, and it's been running.
But it's not about the speed number. That's what I'm trying to get across. It's not about that, like, kind of some bikes, modern bikes, they'll do stupid speeds. Yeah. But it's how it produces the power, and it's how it makes you feel.
On these sort of bikes, you can have real good fun at legal speeds.
Yeah.
You know, 60, 70, 80 mile an hour.
Yeah.
You're having a blast.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to go faster than that.
No. They sound awesome. We did some passing shots earlier before we came here, and you'll see them as we're talking, and it just sounds beautiful. Yeah. Those all speeds.
Yeah.
You told me about, there was a guy outside of London.
Yeah, there's a guy down Oak Hill near Romford.
Yep.
The company's called Gibson Exhausts.
Yep.
And they manufacture those.
Right.
They're the same pipes that they used to.
So they're made under, well, he's got the license, you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think from memory, and I think I might be right on this, 57 brake horsepower from standard?
47.
47?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, on paper, that's not huge, but it's how it makes you feel. It's how it produces the power.
It's how that power's delivered. You know, when it hits a power band.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like it.
Totally. Yeah. Because I had one of these when I was in the 59 club. I was telling you this earlier. I rode to Le Mans on it. Brilliant bike. I think it was heavily tuned. You can see all the holes where people had done lock wire and stuff. Yeah. And it was something cheap and cheerful. But you can't buy them cheap and cheerful anymore.
No.
If you are a similar vintage as Neil and myself, you will understand why these bikes are so sought after, and why they're so iconic. Anything else you'd like to tell me about it? What have you done to it, or what?
I haven't personally changed it since it's been restored. I asked for obviously the belly pan isn't original.
So what is the belly pan off of? Is this an aftermarket part?
Yeah, it's an aftermarket part that I made for the LCs.
Right.
When I had this bike back in the day, it had a belly pan.
Right.
So I insisted when it was rebuilt, it had another one.
Yeah.
They did run a series, Pro-Am race series of these, where they had the belly pan and the nose fairing.
Right.
So this is probably a replica of one of those.
Neil Mackenzie has one in white, and he used to race. Yeah.
So because this had one fitted back in the day, I wanted the same one fitted, along with the Yamaha sticker on the bottom there.
Yeah.
So,
the all speeds just sound.
They do sound good. They're not overly loud, but they're just
it's
got
the
a
sound
nice note.
is it's all about the sound. Yeah, totally. Yeah, they're not offensive, are they?
No,
Yeah, I
no.
kind of half expected them to be
Yeah.
slightly offensive, but they're
The
not.
Microns used to be louder.
No, I used to have Microns.
Yeah, I didn't like the Microns.
Yeah.
The All Speeds were the ones to have. So.
I think you were either a Micron or All Speeds.
Yeah.
I was Micron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you say you had something done to the engine recently?
It's all been rebuilt as standard. I did have earlier this year. I did have a seizure.
Right.
Yeah, heat seized on the left-hand pot. There's reasons why I won't go into why it happened,
Right.
but it's all been rebored
right.
and put back together and
Yeah.
running sweet as a nut. So
Brilliant. It sounds. I mean,
Yeah.
every time you started up when we were out
Yeah.
on the road earlier,
yeah,
just come
Yeah, I know.
first kick every
yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
And you said it runs on synthetic two-stroke
The
now.
two-stroke oil's all synthetic, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's quite lean burning, so that's why it doesn't smoke too
Doesn't?
much.
No. I was
It
sniffing
does
the breeze.
when it's cold.
Yeah.
You know, when you first start it up, it's lovely and it fills my garage up. So,
Yeah.
but
There's a thing where you see, there's this thing you've probably seen on YouTube and stuff where it says a small child goes, "What's that smell, Dad?" It's two-stroke, son. And it came from these.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. Are you tapped out with things you need to tell me, or anything else, any other secrets you want to tell me about it?
Nothing that I can think of.
No?
No.
You happy?
Yeah.
Right, well, I think we'll cut it there then.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed this video for any particular reason whatsoever, please feel free to leave a thumbs down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and then that way, I'll just see you in the next one. Until next time, people, take care of yourself, ride safe. Bye-bye.